Hey guys, it's Sarah here. In this video, I'm going to be going over the thyroid hormones and the thyroid panel. So I'm going to be going over T3, T4, TSH, TPO antibodies, reverse T3, etc. So before I get started, I just want to go through a little bit of pathophysiology so you can understand what the process is, and then we'll go through each one of those that I just mentioned. So we start off with the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is located in your brain. It secretes TRH. TRH is also known as thyroid tropin releasing hormone. That hormone goes to the pituitary gland and tells the pituitary to secrete TSH. TSH is known as the thyroid stimulating hormone, and that goes to the thyroid gland and tells the thyroid to secrete the thyroid hormones. Thyroid hormones T3, T4, etc. So basically what's happening here is that your hypothalamus in your brain is secreting TRH. TRH is going to the pituitary, anterior pituitary gland in your brain and telling it to secrete TSH. TSH then goes to the thyroid gland and tells it to secrete its hormones T3 and T4. So this is a process that happens. So basically they have an inverse relationship. So if there's TSH being produced, that means that it's going to the thyroid gland and telling it to produce more, meaning that there isn't enough of the hormones. So if there's not enough, there's low T3, T4, you're going to have a high TSH because it's going to need to go to the thyroid gland and telling it to produce more. If there's too much high of the thyroid hormones being produced, of the T3, T4, then your TSH is going to be lower because it's not going to want to keep telling the thyroid gland to produce more because you already have a high level. So it's going to be an inverse relationship. So now let's get into each one of the thyroid hormones, etc. So we started with T4. T4 is an inactive form. T4 is the most abundant one of the hormones, of the thyroid hormones, but it's inactive. So your body still needs to convert it to T3. T4 is also known as thyroxine. It's the one that you'll probably be taking in a supplement like levothyroxine, etc. It's basically made up of T4. And it's the most abundant in your body, but it does need to be converted to T3. So T3 is the active form. So it's the one that's going to go into the cells and going to stimulate the metabolism. Reverse T3, on the other hand, is, so like we just said, T4 has to get converted to T3. So reverse T3 is basically, it blocks the conversion of T4 to T3. So it blocks the conversion from the inactive form to the active form. So if it's high, a normal range is normal, but if it's high, you want to worry about stuff like, it could be high from like high cortisol, which is like high stress. It could be high from like inflammatory process in your body, different stuff that you have to get behind of why your reverse T3 is high. Besides for that, some people also test for TPO antibodies. TPO antibodies are basically, you have a high level of them if your own body is attacking your thyroid, known as an autoimmune disease. So Hashimoto's, etc. Your own body is mistakenly attacking your thyroid because it shouldn't be attacking, it should be attacking foreign invaders, not what you already have, not like your own glands, etc. So it's an autoimmune like Hashimoto's, and that would be high in that case. So that's basically that, just as a side thing. Not always, a lot of times, so like I said before, you'll have the process of the hypothalamus going down to sending a message to the TRH to the pituitary. Pituitary secretes TSH to the thyroid, which secretes the hormones. So in that process, it doesn't always have to be the thyroid hormone or the thyroid that is the problem. It could be anything in between. It could be the pituitary gland is the problem. The thyroid gland is working well, but pituitary is not. It could be the hypothalamus. So if it's the actual thyroid gland, it's known as primary, let's just say hypothyroidism or hyperthyroidism. If it's the anterior pituitary, it could be known as secondary, etc. It also could be from other stuff like iodine. You need iodine to make the thyroid hormones. So it could be that you have a low iodine level from the diet, etc. So it could be multiple different stuff that come into play. So that's basically that. That's how it works. And your T3 and your T4 is the inactive form. It needs to get converted to T3. T3 is the active form. Reverse T3 is the one that stops the conversion from T4 to T3. And your TSH is the messenger that goes ahead and tells your thyroid, produce more. And then if there's a low level, it's not going to produce more. So I really hope that helps. And if you have any questions, ask in the comment section below. And good luck.